Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Simpson Xcursion and Xcursion carbon fiber adventure helmets. Now, I think Simpson is going in a really cool direction here. Simpson is known for having some really sweet looking, very unique styled helmets out there. It's what the Stig wore for years. It's been very popular in automotive, and it has translated over to the motorcycling world extremely well. Been something that a lot of people on V-twin bikes like it, and I think this is a great option out there for any Pan America riders. Anybody out there that likes going off-road but wants that overall Simpson look. They've even kept their classic chin bar that is very Simpson-esque, their Simpson logos, as well as the Simpsons down the side of the face shield, but they built out an adventure helmet that ticks a lot of cool boxes across the board. But I think if you're looking at this helmet or the carbon fiber version, style is definitely a key factor. That's what Simpson comes to the table with, and they gave it their own unique spin. So I really dig that. $525 for the regular version, $725 for the carbon fiber, so a $200 bump up there. And when you're looking at the features, it is a tri-composite shell for the regular version, and it is a just straightforward carbon fiber shell with the carbon fiber version. That's what you're getting with that $200 increase, but you're also getting about a 3-ounce saving when it comes to the overall weight. You're looking about 3 pounds, 10 ounces in a size medium for the regular, 3 pounds, 7 ounces for the carbon fiber version in a medium. So keep that in mind. Shell sizes are extra small to small, medium to large, extra large, all the way up to 2 extra large. DOT and ECE 2206 safety rating, and intermediate in its overall shape. I will say very snug on the sides for most helmets out there, but it's going to be a little bit longer front to back than it is side to side, but very snug. I like that in an ADV helmet. If you're riding ADV like you're supposed to, you're going to be sweating a lot. It's really going to help that liner break in, so I like when it's really snug out of the box. It's going to hug your head, but then as you start breaking in, the liner's there and they start relaxing and contouring to your face. It's not going to be overly loose and not protective at all. So I like that that has a nice, comfortable fit. Starting with the ventilation, let's look down at the jawline. We have a very Simpson-esque style scoop to the vent. You can close it inside of the shield. There is a lever inside of it that you can open and close and actually direct it either to the face shield or just close it entirely. So I do dig that. You cannot turn off the side vents on the side that just go to the cheek pads in there. It just helps with a little flow. You don't feel it coming into your face, but it actually goes all the way around the cheek pads and helps expel a lot of that hot air around the outside of the helmet. You match that with 2 top vents up top that are open and closed. Very easy to find that with a gloved hand. And then 2 sets of vents at the rear, 2 built into the spoiler, and then 2 sets of the same style on the side at the back just to help pull that exhaust out. You can't turn those off. You have active front vents, but you can't turn off the rear vents. But nice flat area on the back to add in some goggles as well. And speaking of which, if we look at the face shield on the front, it is a nice system. There isn't too deep of detents going up and down, but it does hold in the upright and it does hold in the closed position very well. You have 2 levers to lift up on each side. I will say you have a drop down sun visor inside there. It's about 80 millimeters when it comes to the overall length of it. And you actuate that on the side with the trigger. Closing it up, you can add goggles in here if you want. I'd say avoid like Armegas or Leat 6.5s, the biggest ones on the market, but average goggles will fit in here just fine. I'm talking racecrafts, everything from Leat's 5.5s to 4.5s, they'll all fit in here, no problem. Just avoid the biggest ones in their line just because that's when it gets really tight with this big chin bar running around. Looking at the gasket around the edge, I do like that they've added a nice gasket around here that's going to keep water out, it's going to keep wind out, it's going to make it a little bit quieter at highway speeds, and you do have space to run goggle straps around the side. If you get to a water bog, you can go ahead and close it, protect your goggles, keep them clear, and then open it back up when you get through. But one thing I will call out is I don't like that it is an Allen key to remove on the side to pop the shield off. That means you got to bring tools. There's plenty of toolless systems out there. I would have rather Simpson just use that, but you can use the Allen key as well to remove the peak if you want to run it in more of a street orientation, or if you want to pop the shield off and just run it as more of an MX or dirt style and add goggles in there. You do have the option, so the modularity within the ADV segment kind of reigns true with a lot of the features where you can set it up to be exactly what you need it to be every time you go out riding. The peak is super aerodynamic. I will say pretty long as well. It's going to protect against roost if you tuck your head down. It's also going to protect against the sun if you're just riding for longer periods of time. But non-adjustable peak, but you do have plenty of air pockets in there just to help flow air out and direct it into the top vents as well. So pretty clean exterior. Again, we were talking about it before. They do keep a lot of the features that Simpson's known for, like even the stickers on the side of the shield, the overall chin bar look, and the scoops in the front. So I dig the overall style remaining the same for most of the Simpsons out there. Popping out the interior, you do have some reflective inside of the base of the cheek pads, but a nice contour, again, really snug up against your face. So I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be tough out of the box to try on, but you want that tight fit. You wanna make sure that it's fitting tight out of the box so it's something that's nice and comfortable once it breaks in. You can remove, which I'll try to pop out without breaking here, the chin skirt if you wanna get more airflow in or keep it out to make it quieter. Looking at the inside, you do have speaker pockets inside there. They do come with a bit of foam that you'd wanna remove to add the speakers in. Keep that foam in there if you're not using speakers. It's gonna make it a little quieter, but it can fit up to 45mm speakers, which is like your JBLs, your Harman Kardons from Seta and Cardo out there. The biggest ones out there are gonna be 45mm, which should fit just fine inside this helmet. Let me just pop out the top liner. We can get a peek at the EPS. They didn't use any brow mounted snaps or anything like that. It's just going to be a traditional brow mount that locks in just at the top of it. Nice because you don't get any pinpoints or anything like that or any pressure points at the front of the helmet. You get snaps at the bottom, but it's so far below the top of the head and the crown that you don't feel it inside of there. I wish there was a little bit more when it came to the EPS. When it came to like the ventilation throughout, you do get access to all the vents, but I would love more deeper channels throughout just to help that airflow through. But again, nice clean interior, very simple design. They didn't really revolutionize anything or create any crazy design systems or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward for what we've seen out there on the market. But having said that, since Simpson doesn't really play in the ADV realm, I like that they're dipping their toes in and trying it out, bringing their style, their flair, their logos, their overall look, like I said, to the Pan Americas out there, to the Desert X's, to like the T7s. I can see a lot of different bikes out there riding with this one. I even say like the Dirtster that I know Patrick Garvin built would be pretty cool to see this one out there. It's more of an MX style, but it has a little bit of V-twin flair into the ADV design. So if you have any other questions on this, click that info button. That's gonna take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new Xcursions. If you still have questions after that, or if you're trying to pinpoint which one between the two is right for you or which size is right for your measurement, give our customer service agents a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining me and checking out the all-new Simpson Xcursion and Xcursion carbon fiber helmets. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.